you guys doing today? Today we're going to do a little bit of EDC discussion and talk about what I carry, why I carry it, and then any suggestions that I may have based on situation. Let's get into it. So to start off our EDC, I'm going to talk about clothing choice. This is going to be different based on the environment you live in. So living over here in the southwest, I'm dealing with a desert climate most of the year. So to start with, being in the desert, I have sunglasses pretty much anytime the sun is up and I'm going to be outside. And then clothing choice is also going to matter, and this part will transition across all the different climates. You got to look and see what your clothing is made out of. 100% cotton is comfortable clothing, but it's not a great deal for outdoor activities. So for myself, I do a lot of outdoor activities, so I choose a poly cotton or a nylon cotton clothing because it dries a lot faster and it creates a wicking property. This prevents the risk of hypothermia. Yes, hypothermia is a risk out here in the desert. It's very hot in the daytime, but as soon as the sun goes down, that temperature starts dropping. And if you're out at night with that drop and your clothes saturated with perspiration, you're now running the risk of hypothermia. So whenever I buy clothes, I try to check to see what the label is to make sure it's not 100% cotton. So right now I'm wearing some 511 clothing. This is a poly cotton blend, so it does give me some of the cotton comfortability, but the polyester creates that wicking, non-absorbent factor in there. Most military uniforms, at least in the United States, are made of nylon cotton that has the same benefit, if not better, and that's usually a 50-50 blend, whereas poly cotton a lot of times is a 70-30. Another great option if you're in a colder temperate area is wool. There's a lot more clothing options made of wool. But make sure you research what you're wearing and you wear and dress appropriately to your environment and the conditions and activity that you're going to be doing. Let's move on to the contents of my EDC. Alright, I've already taken all the items out of my pockets. I put them out here on display. We'll start with a safety admin note. My firearm is empty. The rounds are here separate. We'll start with the holster. This is a crossbreed in the waistband holster. It's actually a very comfortable one. It uses a leather backing with a Kydex front that's form-fitted to the firearm. The clips go over the belt from the inside, and they also have a gap behind them to allow you to tuck your shirt in while concealed carrying. My carry gun, personal choice, is a 1911. This is a Kimber Desert Warrior. What I like about it is that it has the light rail option, and as with most 1911s, you can custom fit other additional parts in. I've replaced a lot of the parts with Wilson Combat, such as these wider paddle safeties as well as a wider slide release. These are Magpul grip scales, which actually reduced the width of the pistol even further. It's a single stack, which makes for already thin frame. It's part of the reason that I chose this as my carry firearm, is that thinner profile allows me to carry a full-size gun without as much printing. Next, we'll talk about my belt. This is a Snake Eater Tactical Hypalon, the artificial rubber belt. I know most people carry a heavier duty nylon belt like the one over here to the left. The reason I actually go for this as my concealed carry belt and my daily belt is it's actually a lot softer It goes on a lot tighter and still maintains the support needed, but it also makes a great base platform that allows me to conceal carry. I can remove this holster, I can add in an outside the waistband holster, as well as my battle belt that has the hook on the inside of that, whereas this has the loop. So I can transition with this one belt, run 3 different levels. Next we're going to talk about the lighter I carry. I carry an Exotac Titan light. It's pretty much like a Zippo. You fill it in, open the bottom, standard Zippo fluid. But what's nice is it has an O-ring right here. So when this screws on, this side is now air and water tight. The top half, instead of flipping, screws on and off, and there's an O-ring there as well. Still uses the standard wheel and flint as well as a wick. Lights up just like a regular Zippo. It has the wind resistant screen on it. You can blow it out or you can cap it because it is air and water tight. Next is chapstick. Out here in the desert, lips get chapped just as much in the winter and the summer. I carry a Duke Cannon Balm. This is a giant thing of chapstick coming in at 0.56 ounces. It does have an SPF 15, so it does help protect against the sun as well, and it's big enough that if you had to, you could also rub this on your skin to get some SPF protection. Following that, I always wear a watch. The watch I choose is the Garmin Fenix HR3. It gives me all my standard watch features. It can connect to my phone and act as a smartwatch. It also has an option to do a stopwatch or activity tracking, such as hiking. From there you can start it, and then in the different activity tracking, you have different options such as map GPS tracking. Tells the approximate heart rate and approximate oxygen levels, and it also keeps your pace, time, and distance. Next is my pocket knife. I carry a Columbia River knife and tool Hammond Cruiser. This is the same knife that I carried when I was in Iraq. Not the exact same knife though, just the same design. Follow that. My car keys, house keys, something generally everybody will carry with them. On here I have a set of nail clippers. Little pocket set. Standard keys fold in, tuck out of the way. I also have a bottle opener in here and paracord on the end. Rounding off EDC items here is a pen. It's always a good idea to have a pen with you. Additionally, if you're a tobacco user, you can do tobacco. I quit using standard tobacco and cigarettes. I actually use grinds, which is a coffee pouch option. This is a great alternative. It gives you about a quarter cup of caffeine in each pouch. They actually don't taste bad. Check out their website. They have multiple different flavors if you like flavored coffees. Let's move on over here to the left hand side. Over here I have additional or higher level options based on what activity I'm going to do. That being said, they're obviously not my everyday carry items. These are my more luxury items that I'll choose to carry if my environment is permissive. So we'll start with additional magazines. Like I said, 1911. It's not a high capacity. My everyday carry is only 7 in 1. When I'm able to transition to an open carry system, I also add in 2 10-round magazines and a flashlight. It's always a great idea to have a handheld flashlight. I do have a weapon tack light, and in this case it's the Surefire X300. This is a very bright tack light. It's a 500 lumen right on the bottom of the firearm. But you don't want to put your firearm or everything that you need to illuminate, so I also carry a handheld flashlight. This is the G4 from Helitex. This is a 1000 lumen flashlight. Besides a pocket knife, the next very best item to have is a multi-tool. This is the Leatherman Wingman, which comes with a clip so you can clip it into your pocket, and it is a reduced contents compared to the Surge or a Wave. You got 2 screwdriver bits in there. You got a file and bottle opener on that side, and then the outside we have a set of scissors and another pocket knife. From outside the waistband holster, I have a black tactical Kydex type holster. In this case, they have lots of different patterns. I chose a multicam. They also offer the service of engraving. If you can upload the picture or a logo and name, they can get that made. The reason I chose this one is for the more comfortable application. On the ends, it has a leather flap that attaches to the rings for the belt, and this allows it to flex a lot more when you're wearing it versus the harder, rigid standard Kydex. On the other side, we have our mag pouch and our flashlight pouch. Nice thing is these also have the leather between them, allowing the entire belt to flex and fit a lot more comfortably. This holster is also on a Snake Eater tactical belt, which has the hook portion of Velcro on the inside, so it does integrate with my everyday belt. Following that, if the situation is permissive enough, I also carry a fixed blade knife. In this case, this is the Tops Fieldcraft, designed by Brothers of Bushcraft. I carry it in a hanging leather sheath, which also allows me to add a ferro rod for making spark fires. Today's cigar is brought to you by Sean Edwards. Thanks for the stick, buddy. Pretty darn good. Thank you guys for watching. Any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. Feel free to reach out and give me your feedback. Also, if you got any other ideas or suggestions or alternative products, make sure you share them in the comments below. You guys be safe out there and take care of yourselves.